Hi there! Welcome to Mathematics Alive. This video is about the mathematics of buying and selling. Why do we need the mathematics of buying and selling? We need to understand the key concepts in buying and selling because we buy and sell products every day. We need to analyze and solve problems involving buying and selling products, and we need to apply these concepts in our daily lives. Let's apply these concepts in planning a banana queue business. In planning a food sale, what is the basis for determining how much we should sell a stick of banana queue for? First, we list the materials to be used and verify the current prices of the materials to be used. Second, estimate the cost of the raw materials you will need for the banana queue. How many sticks of banana queue do you intend to sell per day? Say you decide to produce 100 sticks of banana queue with 2 bananas per stick, then estimate the raw material you would need per day. Here are the amount of raw materials. 200 pieces of bananas, estimated at 400 pesos. Sugar, 40 pesos. Oil, 90 pesos. Sticks, 40. Firewood, 50. And the total is 620 for raw materials. Account for the other additional expenses like cook salary, vendor salary, wrappers, rent of stall, transportation, and we have a total of 500 pesos. Based on these estimates, decide on the selling price of your banana queue stick. Raw materials plus additional expenses is equal to total expenses, and we have 620 plus 500 is equal to 1,120, and 1,120 divided by 100 banana queue sticks is equal to 11.20 or 11 pesos and 20 centavos per stick of banana queue. Decide on a reasonable markup for the actual price of the banana queue. Suppose we decide to sell the banana queue for 15 pesos per stick. How much is the markup? 15 pesos minus 11.20 or 11 pesos and 20 centavos is equal to 3 pesos and 80 centavos per stick of banana queue. How much was the profit? So, 3 pesos and 80 centavos times 100 is equal to 380 pesos, assuming that all the banana queues will be sold. Now, let's look at the important terms in buying and selling products. Cost price. The cost price is the price that a company or store has to pay for the goods it is going to sell. The price that has to be spent to produce goods or services before any profit is added, and this is usually computed on a per unit basis. In the previous example, the cost price refers to the price of the raw materials needed to produce the banana queue. Operating cost. This is the price per unit incurred relative to the production and sale of a commodity. In the previous example, the operating cost would be those additional expenses that have to be incurred in the actual selling of the banana queue, such as rent, salaries of manpower, and other incidental expenses. Selling price. This is the price at which the commodity is sold per unit. And profit. This is the money earned after the cost price and the operating costs are subtracted from the selling price after the sale of a commodity. To compute for the selling price is equal to the cost price plus the operating cost plus the profit. So S is equal to C plus E plus P. Markup. This is the difference between the selling price and the cost price, sometimes referred to as the margin or gross profit. To compute for the markup, we have the formula markup equals selling price minus cost price, or MU is equal to S minus C, where MU is the markup, S is the selling price, and C is the cost price. Markup on cost, in terms of percent, we have the selling price minus the cost divided by the cost times 100%. Difference between markup and profit. Profit accounts for both the cost price and the operating cost incurred by the business owner, while markup only accounts for the cost of raw materials necessary to produce the item being produced for sale. Examples. Aling Nena sells little trinkets she purchased for 12 pesos each. If the operating cost is set at 25% of the cost and she would like to have a 15% on the cost for each item, then determine the markup for each trinket and determine the selling price of each trinket. Solution. We have the markup is equal to the expenses plus the profit. So, markup is equal to 25% times the cost, which is 12, plus 15% times 12 is equal to 480, or 4 pesos and 80 centavos. Then the selling price is equal to the cost plus the markup. So 12 pesos plus 480 is equal to 16 pesos and 80 centavos. So Aling Nena should sell her trinkets at 16 pesos and 80 centavos each. Number 2. A jacket which costs 1,350 is being sold at 2,025 pesos. What is the rate of markup based on the cost? So markup is equal to selling price minus the cost, and the rate of markup is equal to selling price minus the cost divided by the cost times 100%. So we have 2,025 minus 1,350 divided by the cost 1,350 is equal to 0.5 or 50%. So the markup based on cost is 50% or half of the cost price. Number 3. Jenny buys a notebook with a cost of 45 pesos. The rate of markup based on cost is 25%. Find the selling price and the markup. Solution. The markup is 25% of the cost, or 45. So 25.25 times 45 is equal to 11 pesos and 25 centavos. So the selling price will be the cost, 45 pesos, plus 11 pesos and 25 centavos is equal to 56 pesos and 25 centavos. Number 5. A bag cost Mario 280 pesos and he decides to mark it up by 30% of the selling price. Find the selling price and markup for the said bag. Solution. 100% minus 30% is equal to 70%. This is the cost of the bag. So the cost of the bag is 70% of the selling price. So the formula is C is equal to 0.7 times S, or 280 pesos is equal to 0.7 times S. Dividing both sides by 0.7, we have S is equal to 400 pesos. So the selling price of the bag is 400 pesos. And the markup is equal to the selling price minus the cost. So 400 pesos minus 280, we have a markup of 120 pesos. Mark on. Suppose that during the actual food sale, you realize that there is such a high demand for your banana Q and that buyers can easily afford the selling price you have pegged. Some businesses will want to take advantage of this peak season and thus increase the prices of their commodities. This is what we call mark on. Examples. Number 1, Mrs. Crisis observes that market goers prefer to buy fish from her because there is an undersupply of meat in the market this season. She then decides to increase the price of bangus by 10 pesos per kilo. If the cost of bangus is 90 pesos per kilo with a 35% markup based on the cost, what is its new selling price with the additional increase of 10 pesos? Solution. The markup is 35% of the cost, so 0.35 times C is equal to 0.35 times 90 or 31.50 or 31 pesos and 50 centavos. The selling price before the increase is cost plus markup or 121 pesos and 50 centavos. The selling price after the 10 peso increase will be selling price plus mark on. So we have 131 pesos and 50 centavos. So the combined rate of markup and mark on will be 131.50 minus the cost divided by 90 is equal to 0.4611 or 46.11%. Number 2. Janet's Flower Shop imposes a 45% markup on flowers delivered to them for sale. During All Saints' Day, however, an additional mark-on of 25% of the regular price is added on. Determine the unit price of 300 roses worth 15,000 pesos delivered to Janet's Flower Shop during All Saints' Day. How much is the selling price of each rose during All Saints' Day at this flower shop? Solution. The unit cost is 15,000 divided by 300 roses is equal to 50 pesos per rose. So the markup is equal to 0.45 of the unit cost. So we have 0.45 times 50 or 22.5 pesos or 22 pesos and 50 centavos. So the selling price is cost plus markup or 72 pesos and 50 centavos. The mark-on is 0.25 of the selling price. So we have a mark-on of 18 pesos and 0.125 or we rounded off to 18 pesos and 15 centavos. So the present selling price is equal to the selling price plus the mark on. So we add the 18 pesos and 15 centavos and we get 90 pesos and 65 centavos. Consider that the sale of your banana Q has slowed down and you may need to sell it at a discounted price or what is commonly known as the sale price. So we define the markdown. The markdown is the difference between the regular selling price and the sale price. In formula, we have markdown is equal to selling price minus sale price, or markdown is equal to S minus SP, where MD is equal to the markdown, S is the selling price, and SP is the sale price. Markdowns commonly happen when a store or a mall decides to sell their items at cut-down prices to clear their warehouse collection. For instance, some items, which usually sold for 150 pesos, are sold at 50% off during mall sales, and so the markdown price is set at 75 pesos. Reasons for a markdown. The item may be perishable, and it is best to dispose it sooner than simply throw it away. Or the item has become dirty or worn out, or possibly out of style. And there is competition that forces the marking down of an item. The rates of markdowns are always computed based on the selling price. It is possible that instead of making a positive profit, selling an item on sale may give rise to a negative profit, which we call a loss. When an item is given a selling price where profit ends up being zero, this is said to be a break-even price. So you do not lose, but you do not gain anything at all. In this case, the selling price is simply equal to the total of the cost price and the operating expenses. In formula, we have break-even price is equal to cost price plus operating cost. Example. Carlo was able to buy a pair of shoes regularly priced at 3,500 for only 2,100. What was the amount of markdown? What was the rate of the markdown? So, the markdown is equal to selling price minus sale price, or 3,500 minus 2,100, or equal to 1,400. So the percent or rate of markdown is equal to markdown over the selling price times 100%, or we get a 40% markdown or 40% discount. Number 2. During a midnight sale, a board game regularly priced at 8,500 was sold at 55% discount. The cost of the board game is 3,450 pesos and expenses are 14% of the regular selling price. What was the amount of the markdown? How much was the profit or loss? Solution: 100% minus 55% is equal to 45%. The sale price is 45% of the selling price. So, sale price is equal to 0.45 times S, or it is equal to 3,825. So, the markdown is equal to the selling price minus the sale price, or 8,500 minus 3,825 is equal to 4,675 pesos. We can solve the markdown directly by this formula. Markdown is equal to 0.55 times 8,500, or equal to 4,675. Letter B. The total cost is equal to the cost plus the expenses. So, 3,450 plus 0.14 times 8,500 is equal to 4,640. So the profit is equal to the sale price minus the total cost. The sale price is equal to 3,825 minus 4,640. So there is a loss of 815 pesos. Number 3. Golden Mall paid 15,000 for a set of dishes. Expenses are 18% of the selling price, while the required profit is 15% of the selling price. During an inventory sale, the set of dishes was marked down by 30%. What was the regular selling price S? What was the sale price SP? And what was the profit or loss? Solution: the selling price is equal to the cost plus expenses plus profit, where the cost is 15,000 pesos. So the selling price is equal to the cost plus 0.18 times S plus 0.15 times S. So we have S is equal to 22,388.6 as the regular selling price of the set of dishes. And letter B, 100% minus 30% equals 70%. The sale price is 70% of the selling price. So sale price is equal to 70% S, or 15,671.64. What was the profit or loss? Profit is equal to selling price minus total cost, and the total cost is equal to the cost plus expenses, and the expenses is equal to 0.18 times the selling price. So the total cost is equal to 15,000 plus 18, or 0.18 times S, or 19,029 pesos and 85 centavos. So the profit is equal to 15,671.64 minus 19,029 pesos 0.85, and we get a negative 3,358 pesos and 21 centavos. Therefore, there was a loss of 3,358.21. I hope you found this lesson profitable. Once you have learned these concepts, there is so much to be gained. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel by clicking the button below. Thanks for watching and God bless. Bye-bye.